All right. Hello, everybody. We're back with another stream here. We're playing the exact same 75 I played yesterday, mostly because I fell asleep on the couch and then I woke up and fed the animals dinner and didn't really think about this deck very much. So I was like, well, let's just play the same 75, see how it goes. But yeah, we're playing some more Uwu Taxes. Got pretty whomped yesterday. Let's see if we get less whomped today. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say. I'm very tired. It's 9 p.m. Let's play Legacy League. Did I forget to do anything? I don't think so. I feel like I forgot to do something when turning on the stream today, especially because I kind of just rolled into it. I changed the stream title. The deck is the same, so Cardboard Live should be good. Double check Cardboard Live though. Oh, we're playing against the Slivers Master himself, Daniel Nunez? I've never known how to pronounce his name. Nunes? But yeah, this is the Sliver guy, right? Probably. I think this hand's kind of bad. Put him to 6. We have Force, Wasteland Port, and that's about it. I don't think I'd keep this. I don't even think I'd keep this against like known Slivers. You like Force a Vial, Wasteland Port against a mold of 6 and a 5-color deck. But yeah, I think we have better hands than this. Yeah, this looks much better. Kind of bottom a third land. We have a Vial, so it's not. It's not like hugely backbreaking if we miss here. Just thinking about my Slivers matchup all of a sudden. So we're not a Stoneforge Mystic deck, game 1, so that's definitely not great for us. We are a True-Name Nemesis deck, though, which is pretty good. Problem is that Slivers get out of hand really quickly, so like racing is hard. So I don't know. I feel like this is not a matchup aided by the blue splash. We do have like no, Forceful sucks. They're a Cavernous Old Aether Vial deck, so Force doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, Meddling Mage not huge unless they're not on Aether Vial starts, and like it's not like you can. What am I supposed to name? I guess like you can name like Crystalline Sliver, so your spot removal does things. All right, sure. What's up, Basic Swamps? Look, we're Merfolk. What do we want to draw here? Third land, mostly. That's good. Third land is helpful. Our Vial will probably be helpful once we get to like the recruiter stage of the game. We have a lot of 3s. I'm gonna play with the Crocus just in case we want. No, this deck can't play Wasteland. They have Mutavaults in their 5-color deck. And there's no way we're getting Wastelanded. It's pretty safe. Tundra online. Hello, Lily. Please go away. Look, we're also Slivers. We have a Sliver in our deck. Wait, Slivers are, like the old ones at least, are global, right? They're like Old Lord text. Just like the ones in M14 aren't? Yeah, like this one. Like if my opponent plays like a Muscle Sliver, my Mariner does get big, right? I like your your highlighted message, Lackey. It's pretty good. No Mutavault anim. I guess Mutavault doesn't really want to run. I probably wouldn't block a Mutavault here with a Violon too. I guess actually maybe I would. I get punished by whatever the M14 version of Muscle Sliver is. I guess if they have a 3-drop. Oh hey, look at that. I'm sure. Oh, nice! I can pay 2 life for turn my Unsettled Mariner to my hand. Look at that. So all my opponent's cards have flying. They don't have a Lord, which makes this. It's gonna make this Spell Queller hopefully good at ambush vipering my opponent's stuff. I think I'm gonna attack here. I'm fine with a trade on either of these things. Like my thing doesn't do anything because I don't have flying. We could also Recruiter into a 2-drop, but we don't really have any good 2. My Queller sucks in the face file. They have 0 cards in hand, so like if they rip a Lord, sure, they got me. So yeah, the Queller is mostly there here as an ambush viper. It's not going to counter anything now that they're on 0 cards. Yeah, figured they wouldn't block, but we're obviously not blocking, so. Even if they have a Lord, I might just ambush viper this Gale Rider so I can block with my ground idiots. They can block bounce to fog 2 damage. Big brain. Yeah. So we can take 6 here, but we clear the Gale Rider Sliver, and then we have True Names to block. Could take 9 if they have a pump guy, but again, we're into Violon 3 plus like second True Name. We have Recruiter for stuff too. So I do think I just want to take down this Gale Rider Sliver. Oh yeah, that does happen, never mind. And they can recast it. Yeah, maybe this play was bad. In hindsight. Well, they could recast it any of their stuff anyway. Because they have the Violon too, but we take 1 less damage. So what's our plan now? Does Recruiter get anything cool? More... Ooh, Brazen Borrower could be interesting. If we get... yeah, it's Noon. Noon? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but yeah. So Brazen Borrower could be interesting if we can survive a little bit and then develop board state here. My Hallowed Fountain is fine here because we're just I think we're just gonna cast True Name, play True Name next turn. We're gonna like take some knocks here. Nunez. I wasn't sure if it was Nunez because you can't put the little squiggly in Moto names, obviously. So if my opponent draws a Lord, we take 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. We're technically not dead. Pretty much dead, though. Actually, no, we have Spell Queller block still as well. So I think we're going to go True Name and then try to, like, recruit a Brazen Borrower to, like, block a bunch of stuff. So yeah, we just attack with the Mariner because it can't block. Then we cast a True Name. We'll choose you, opponent. And Violon the other True Name. Then next turn we have the ability to hopefully try to Brazen Borrower this Gale Rider in combat and block a bunch of no longer flying creatures. There are like 8 slivers in that deck that get flying, which is kind of scary. There's like the haste flying sliver, and then there's Gale Riders. But yeah, I took 1 extra damage because I forgot about the onboard trick of Hibernation Sliver. We'll see how much that comes back to bite me. Whoa. No attacks? What on earth does that mean? That they don't think they can win the race? Alright, I'm into just fucking race you with True Names if that's what we're doing. can just make 2 True Night Nemesis. 5 lands means I can also cast the Borrower after unsummoning. Oh, no, I can't. Because this thing is going to make my thing cost 1 more. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hit my opponent for 6. They're 14. We could conceivably set up lethal. Is there anything else cool we could recruiter? No, in fact. Soul Herder, I guess. We could... Yeah, actually, if the Mariner wasn't here, I should probably actually recruit a Soul Herder and then get Borrower. Yeah, this means that they can't... they can't bounce a Sliver anymore because then they take lethal. They have 3 blockers. I think we can set up lethal here. We'll see. Block. No, maybe not. Because we can't cast our Brazen Borrower. Turns out true names are good in stupid creature mirrors. Who would have thought? What on earth does he sideboard in here? Probably like Dismembers. One thing I really, really wish I could do with this deck, and there's maybe a possibility to do it, I just haven't figured out, is if there's a world where I can still have reasonable creature matchups and just not play Stoneforges, like not as a sideboard plan, because I think a lot of people are going to be boarding in like Artifact, like Shatters and stuff, assuming that this deck plays Stoneforge Mystics. If there's a way to blank that, then that's, I think, really enticing. Like, I've seen people like bring in Null Rods and stuff against this deck already, and just Ancient Grudges. And if this deck just has 4 Vials, it seems like there's a lot of potential to give your opponent dead cards. If I'm on attacks here, I think I'm just gonna hold up the ability to Brazen Bar or something since it's not lethal, and we probably try to find a lethal crackback instead. I mean, I'll block this Mariner, I guess. If they Violent a Lord, we can just Brazen Borrow the Lord. Then they can recast it, but we get a free kill on the Mariner. You also steal the Lord +1/+1. Oh yeah, if it's not the... yeah, we'll just Brazen Borrow it, I think, that's fine. We had a free kill on that. They can recast the Sinew Sliver. They have 3 blockers, but they would have to chump block the... Actually, no, they wouldn't have to chump block Spellcaller because this thing... But yeah, I think they're pretty much dead here. There might have been a world where I just like let my Spellcaller die. Or I might have just wanted to like take that hit there and like end step. I think I might have not had lethal there and might have been able to set it up. I'm not sure. To think about that more. Alright, well, we got a lot of stuff for creature matchups. Managing these Force of Will is not good. Problem is a lot of our cards aren't good. We want to cut our Force of Wills and our Thalias already. Recruit. I thought about recruit for click in response to Vial, but if they like, just like draw another Lord, then that play is just worse. I think most roads led to Rome in that specific instance, though. So we have, I guess, only one card that's not super good. Meddling Mage, also not great, but like I don't think we can really afford to cut our twos. I think Meddling Mage is just almost always just going to go on like Dismember or something, unless they don't have a Vile draw, in which case we can name like certain slivers that we're scared of, like the Shatter or the Naturalized Sliver, whatever the heck that thing's name is. I think Vanilla looks like fine. Harmonic, yeah, that one. Vanilla looks probably like fine. It's like fun against Aether Vial and stuff. And like I don't think we really have anything to board in this. Venser is not great. Could be okay, but I don't think Venser is better than anything in my deck right now. Journey Nemesis, very good in stupid creature matchups. This is probably a keep. Double removal spell, Aether Vial on the draw. Potentially Petty Theft. Jeez, double mulligans to 5, rough for my opponent. Potentially Petty Theft their Aether Vial and stuff is what I was about to finish saying. They don't have a lot of ways to, like, make my one-land file keep bad, I don't think. Besides, like, Harmonic Silver. Our big hope is that we don't get Crystalline Slivered, because this hand is not good against Crystalline Sliver. And we don't really have any way to get that off the board. Besides, like, either surprise blocking it, or our one of Council's Judgment. I think this Meddling Mage is just going to go on Dismember. You have Borrower and a Meddling Mage named Vile. I mean, I think I'm going to want to bounce this Vile right now. Or like in their upkeep. Is that a play I want to make? Yeah, I don't think we're playing the second Vile. Do I want to let them get to 2 here is the question. We could Brazen Borrow it now. Then they just replay it. It buys us some time. It's not unreasonable to let them have a 2, then bounce it, and then untap and the Vials on 2 and we Meddling Mage it. That's like not actually the worst idea. Considering they're missing land drops. I think letting them have a 2 is okay, especially because our hand is like double removal spell. I think we just say go. Maybe that is not unreasonable, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we need our second Vial because we want to hold up Petty Theft here. They hit second land, which is obnoxious. Certainly, because now they could like double 2-drop. Yep. Not Crystalline, please? Nice. Alright, we're good. I guess we actually could get our second Vial down as well. And just have one removal spell up here. Don't need this Mom, I don't think. The question is, my opponent's just going to pick up whatever I try to kill. So I could just not Meddling Mage Vial at all, and just Meddling Mage whatever they pick up. Like, just Meddling Mage Predatory Sliver here. Or if I Meddling Mage Hibernation Sliver, it makes my second removal spell better. So like maybe that's the play. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. I don't think it's about naming Vile. They hit their second land drop. like, immediately, and, like, this vial is extremely slow at this point. I think I might want to just try to kill this hibernation, like, hit this hibernation sliver with a plow. They pick it up, and then we meddling mage it. Makes our second removal spell better if they don't have crystalline sliver or whatever. Obviously, the hibernation sliver are already making our removal better. Otherwise, meddling mage on crystalline sliver might not actually be unreasonable. Striking sliver, sure. Well, we're not blocking, but we do get to just bounce the hibernation sliver, strand it in their hand, and then we're able to remove the predatory sliver. Second meddling mage. Now do we just put this on, like, dismember or something? They have 2 cards in hand, one of which is the hibernation sliver. We have a spellclaw up right now, which means we're not really scared of whatever their next thing is. I think meddling mage on dismember is not bad. We could just attack. If they block, we have path, but yeah, I don't think that's a great plan. Dismember. Yeah, because by the time this hibernation sliver comes back down off the vial, we can already cast the path on their thing, so. They had dismember. I think they would have cast it last turn though, because they had the ziggurat that they could have cast a striking sliver off of. So they could have been able to at least hold up dismember there. Yes, cast a spell. Yes, give me. Give me that sinew sliver. Delicious. Nice cavern nerd. Now what you can do about the offensive, right? We have a path and a mom. I think I just want to kill my opponent now. We can just path the predatory sliver if they do any blocks here. I guess I do want a path now to play around the predatory sliver, or the hibernation sliver off this file. So, I can path an upkeep in case there's some wild world where my opponent has a basic in their deck. Pretty sure they don't, though. Let's see, we're a Force of Will after Darkstream now. Thanks to the 14-month resub, Luanel. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we can just race my opponent now. Like I said, I don't think we needed to meddling mage the vial because I think we're just They hit a bunch of land drops, and I think we're just outracing them at this point. Obviously, the Meddling Mage naming Hibernation Sliver was like more of a stopgap measure, because they can already obviously put it in off the vial again later, but it made our second removal spell actually worth it. Wow, going from keeping a one-lander with one-land vial hand to flooding out feels bad. Whoa, what is happening? It's not that bad. We have double mom, so it's like hard to actually get working. Yeah, sure, you got your hibernation guy. I don't want to try land so I can get this Brazen Barber, but like any creature is also just a good draw, so. I'm not opposed to that sliver. Am I considering tapping a mom here or something? Tapping my vial on 3? Seems ambitious. Like very close to just lethal on board. Might have actually wanted to take the second vial up to 3 in case we draw a Recruiter. Although I guess we'd just like Recruiting Stoneforge Mist is probably not bad. Yeah, I'm okay using a mom to get into 2 damage here. Ooh. Path could potentially be good here because we get to deal them 2 damage and they have to like tap out for Telekinetic Sliver again. Wow, whoa, what the heck? This seems insane to me. Now we just get to path. I mean, I guess because they have first strike, they could like try to clear one of them. But, like we could just free kill one, or we could just path this first strike, let a trade happen, and then like okay, I guess their plan was to try to eat one and then pick up the one that was going to die here. But the path in our hand makes this like block really bad because we get to path the Striking Sliver, and then we either trade or they have to pick up their stuff. Path Hibernation Sliver. Does that matter? I mean, that's... We could like it's gonna get bounced, I think, anyway. Or we just take it off the board, which is good. Like, I'm okay with a trade, I'm okay with them picking it up. And pathing it means they're automatically gonna pick it up. And then... Yeah, they're picking it up this turn regardless. The only one that they might not pick up is the Striking Sliver, so this path just, like, deals them another 2 damage, too. I think because the Telekinetic Sliver is more annoying, I think I'm just going to pro blue this Meddling Mage here. And then if they want to like take this trade, then go for it. If not, they have to like take another 2 damage and pick it up. Like, I'm fine with this Telekinetic Sliver trading with Meddling Mage, because it just means that we don't have to deal with Telekinetic Sliver versus Moms. We could pass and see what they do. I'm not in love with that, because they are at, like, 10. Yeah. the Hibernation Sliver. Because otherwise they're just going to die. Yeah, and then they just go to 4 here, and we have 2 moms. And they have no creatures, so the Connect Sliver actually doesn't do anything. Because it has Summoning Sickness. Or because everything has Summoning Sickness now. Okay, you're just dead. We just pro-blue a Meddling Mage attack you for 4. Yeah. Nice. They have an Outfile and Hibernation. Pay 2, hold priority, pay 2. Yeah, I don't know if did I even like that? I guess that block is okay if I don't have a removal spell. They get to kill a Meddling Mage and take 2 damage, right? Because we mom one of the Meddling Mages and they pick it up. I wonder if it was better if I didn't have the path. The better play is definitely like if I want to get in damage that turn, pro blue a Meddling Mage and attack for 4, because that deals them the same damage. It doesn't make them pick up a sliver, but it also doesn't make us lose a Meddling Mage. But us having path there just meant that they were just really up shit creek, especially with that block. Our good friend Lomer Boy. He's good against a single draw set. Yeah, definitely. I could get behind it. Daniel Nunez into Lomer Boy, huh? Just running the gauntlet. Says chat, don't be too hard on me. That seems pretty good. I don't know what he's on. I would assume Loam, but you know, he plays other decks sometimes. He's not been playing Magic recently, so I don't know what his choice of deck looks like right now. But yeah, this sounds just good, so I'm in. If he is on Loam, this hand is good at actually trying to beat like Wastelands and stuff, because we can fetch planes, have Island, cast a lot of our spells here. Probably on Chalice. Oh yeah, this hand is pretty bad against Chalice. Although the decks that I play are pretty good against Chalice on 1, so I don't know. He might take that into account. Yeah, I would. My first guess would be just like the 5-color Loam deck. It's pretty powerful, yeah. Don't Chalice me, please. All right, I think I need to plow that. My opponent mulled 2-6. They have 2 cards left in hand. Yeah, plowing that seems pretty strong. Yeah, second plow is good. Good thing we didn't get Chaliced. That would have been bad. What's this Meddling Mage just go on? Oko? Assuming we don't get Oko'd right now. No, stop. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. I hate you so much, Lomer Boy. Just cast the Oko and let me concede. Wow, is he just like... is he just putting the fear in me? I can't tell if that was like pretending to have Oko to like just put the fear of God in me or not, but if it was, that was pretty good. This Chalice definitely annoying. We don't actually have ways to get a Chalice off the board game 1, do we? I wonder if that's a deck building consideration I want. Like, having the Venser gave out like random like main deck and Snaring Bridges and random hate permanents. Borrower? Oh yeah, Borrower's the thing, never mind. Yeah, okay, I take it back. Yeah, we have Borrower to take care of like random permanents as a tutor bullet, so yeah, it's fine to not have the Venser. Anyway, what am I doing here? Am I just meddling maging Oko? Opponent has 1 card in hand. Thalia, kind of lackluster. It's like decent against this. It's 1 card in hand, so it'd have to be like land plus like draw Oko or whatever. Meddling mage name library. It's not unread. Meddling mage naming like Loam wouldn't be bad. One up their Oko by putting mage on Oko. We could like mage on just Decay. Decay's a card to this deck. I think I do kind of like the Thalia though. I think Thalia's fine against most of their lines. Land Oko. Get me. Could leave up Spellcaller next turn, which is nice. Loam isn't good right now. I mean, it's kind of good. Turned off our Vial, and he has a Wasteland in the yard, so it's like pretty hard to cast spells into it. Alright, that's pretty beatable. Now we just get to hold up Spellcaller next turn. Second Meddling Mage. Opponent is gonna have 2 cards. What are the odds that my opponent casts? If he wasn't messing with you, tapping like that good. No, he was messing with me. I asked. I think I have conceded to them after playing some Cloud-Eyed information. Interesting line. I hope you cast a spell. I hope they cast something so I can Queller it. Oh no. It's not great for me. What a jerk. Definitely just gonna flash this in. Now I hope you don't have a spell. Now what do we put Meddling Mage on? I guess just Oko, because it's a scary card. Dix. What is this? Dix. Never mind. Guess we just put on like Abrupt Decay. Well, make your child's a creature for a blocker. Dang. Dix. Yeah, now we just put it on Decay. At least we can clear the Oko. We lose our Thalia or our Meddling Mage in the process. Assuming he draws a blank. Put it on Decay and all scenario. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe next turn. I'm a little worried about this Blast Zone, but I mean, like, obviously naming Oko doesn't stop them from Blast Zoning on 2 and like sweeping my shit. Can you hurry with a blue one? No, this thing takes like 5 cards to escape. I think I'm just sending everything at this Oko to clear it. Block the Meddling Mage. Yeah. Nope. Block the Thalia? That doesn't. I don't think that's right. Yeah. What am I recruiting here? True Name's not super good into this blast zone. Like, I don't think we're meddling maging. My opponent needs to. Howl's Spear Heber? Yeah, that was that one. That wasn't Amon Cat, that was like an EDH deck though. Let me look at my deck again. Yeah, these cards are all sick. Right now. I think getting Soul Herder is just too slow. This Blast Zone can go up to 2 this turn, and probably is. Which means it goes up to 3 the following turn and clears my True Name and my Spellcaller and my Recruiter. Which isn't good for me. There are any main things you need to know to play this deck coming from normal D&T. The big things are learning how to Force of Will, especially versus combo decks, and knowing what to name with Meddling Mage. Like, I think I do need to Recruiter. I just don't know what I'm Recruitering for. We could Recruiter the Soul Herder, try to fade a removal spell for a turn, just to force my opponent to, like, Blast Zone my 3s. With, like, assuming my opponent doesn't hit removal this following turn, we Soul Herder the Recruiter, then go get a True Name, but we already have the Soul Herder engine online. So they might be forced to preemptively, like, Blast Zone away my 3s. We could get Brazen Borrower to unlock our 1s for a turn. Borrower the Chalice, plow the food out of the way isn't the worst thing in the world. Or just delete the Elk. Yeah, I guess that's a similar thing. This Blast Zone is, like, kind of troubling. Within draw line second, the Blast Zone isn't trivial. I mean, it's just, like, a little... I'm gonna grab Soul Herder. Bad against Wasteland, but they've used 2. If they draw a Loam, we get punished, but this deck doesn't even play that many Loams anymore. Maybe this is the greedy line. Yeah, pump the Blast Zone. Yeah, Soul Herder for Borrower, Soul Herder for True Name or something isn't a terrible line. Soul Herder. We're gonna do some harm. Fencer would be really good against Blast Zone. We also don't have 4 lands for it, even if we had it in our deck. What is 2 cards in hand? At what point does this Uro get scary? Not super soon. They have 3 cards. They need another colored source to cast it. Specifically a blue source, but... Tapping the Blast Zone. If they cast a spell here, it means that the Blast Zone's not going up to 3 yet. Depending on what spell it is, it might not need to go to 3. To, like, clear my Recruiter or something. I'd probably save the Plow for Uro. Well, we'd have to deal with the Chalice at that point. Caracas. Yeah, I guess we're just going to attack him with Spellqueller and play Soul Herder to go. Spencer would have been great. Yeah, my mistake. It's even Caracas too, jeez. Ajax Cricket, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's herd some souls. Kind of like... Assuming this works, I think I like getting True Name here. Because my opponent is very priced into blast zoning this board because it has 3/3 drops. So I think I like having True Name. There's a possibility that Borrower is just nicer though, because I don't know. We could potentially like Meddling Mage the Uro before it becomes relevant. True Name is a pretty powerful card against Loam. I am a little bit worried about this Uro coming into play, but they have to like do the blast zoning next turn. It's a 19. This True Name is going to be so slow, but Brazen Borrower doesn't like straight up kill them. Click plus Caracas also. I guess we have Caracas, yeah, so like Meddling Mage Caracas isn't unreasonable. Let's grab True Name. If you try jamming Rage from his deck at that point, is it better to play Stoneblade? Potentially, or maybe better to play like something more like JTL's pile. Pump the Blast Zone, pump up the jams. Yep. Yeah, or it could eventually be Caracas, or even Caracas Meddling Maged. So I don't think I should be too worried about it. Fortunately, maybe we wanted to get it like a flash thing, because my opponent can just blast on an end step in response to the trigger, so we don't get to cast anything this turn. Oof, that could be bad. The third Wasteland. So we just get to Meddling Mage name Uro now or something. Land. I mean, wasting the second blue source makes a lot of sense when I just tutored up a True Name Nemesis. Blink their food. We can't blink their food. Soulheart only blinks your stuff. We're gonna get Blast Zone here. My opponent's gonna go down to 3 lands versus Arthalia, which is pretty nice. We could just Mariner. Fortunately, we don't have anything that can attack through a food token anymore, which is just really obnoxious. Do I want to Meddling Mage something? What would I want to Meddling Mage? Wow, cracking this Blast Zone now would be super greedy, I think. Yeah, taking the 2 damage here is like super free. If I have another land, I just get to play the True Name this turn. That's just like totally unnecessary for them. I wonder if I just name like Life from the Loam. I'm kind of scared of more Wastelands. Oko or Decay. Oh, they can't cast an Oko currently. Obviously, they got more lands. I don't think we can beat an Oko, though, so it's not unreasonable to just name Oko again. Target Recruiter of the Guard. Not sure you'd be alone either. Yeah, you're not wrong. Which is that more? Yeah, I think this deck only plays like 2 Loams and 4 Okos now. At least 3, so it's a 50-50 shot. Yeah, unfortunately, we have no way of getting through this food in any reasonable capacity. We're just actually getting, like, moted by a 3/3. Ooh, that's a good draw. Name you. Sure. chair. Yeah, so Loam is definitely the scariest thing for us to see here. Not cycling that one. Interesting. Force of Will. Does that mean we don't play this Mariner? What do I want to force? We have Melee Mage on Oko. We can't force a Decay. I don't think I want to force the Uro because we have Caracas. Forcing a Loam doesn't do anything. I think this Mariner is better than Force of Will. Not sure. This Mariner doesn't do a whole lot. They have 4 mana in play. It's like, what are we protecting? Oh, yeah, I think I like holding it. Force Will for like some random bullshit. Is this a Loam? No, 4 mana, 5 mana. This looks scary. Is this like a Green Sun? Snap off a Force Will on this. Green Sun for 3. Yeah, I don't want to deal with a Knight of the Reliquary. That shit seems scary as fuck. You can't Green Sun for Plague Engineer, Luminil. I'm still gonna Force Will out, though. Sure, Borrower. It's not Borrower. I have a reason to play more lands. I meant cards for Force. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Love how scared. Yeah, True Name is very good against Loam, that's for sure. Opponent needs to find a second blue source to escape their Uro to gain some life. This is Decay. This is another Chalice on 1 deal. It's much better than Decay, that's for sure. Borrower? Jite, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Opponent can Uro me. They found the second blue source, so they're not dead. Wait, are they? They only gained 3. I think they are still dead. Because we can Crocus the Uro and just attack with everything. You need an entire hero level long enough to put a GTA on a True Name Nemesis. Oof. Yeah, still dead. Because this thing goes to 7. Oh no, there's a Mazabeth, never mind. We need to draw like Wasteland or Rashad and Port. Whoa, don't attack, buddy. Buddy, no, you're dead. Why would you attack? This was an ambitious attack by opponent. So they have the 4th Wasteland in their hand. Yeah, there we go. What are we drawing? Recruiter, is that lethal? No, because we don't get to... But it's very good. They're probably dead. Tino Ujite is ranked 195th as things I'd complain about post 2019. Yeah, that's a lot of how I like. I've been getting some shit for casting True Names in 2020, but like True Name is just like probably like definitely not top 5, maybe not even like top 10 most egregious things in Legacy right now. Sometimes you just need the lesser of 2 evils, you know? If you want Force of Negations, Loam is scary. And they have a lot of non-creature spells, but alright, hang on. Let's port in some cards here. Some Rest in Pieces and like paths and stuff seem pretty strong. The Venser's probably good. We're going late. Deputy. We probably cut all our Thalias. Only stop with only stop with bad guy with the TNN. It's a good guy with the TNN. Yeah, TNN is just like a joke against Oko. Alright, so we want 5 cuts. Do we want Force of Negation? What sucks? I think all these cards are okay here. Mother of Runes could maybe come out. The true name has become the true namer. So yeah, sometimes true name's just like really fucking busted. We played true name against Slivers and it was just great, and then now we're playing true name against Loam and it's also great. Yeah, exactly. This deck has Thalias, Vials, and Rashadan Ports. Like, it's a little far removed from being a true trader or anything. I think Force of Negation is better than Force of Will. There's not a lot of things you really want to Force of Will. It's like Knight of the Reliquary, like some turn 1 Bobs. We have removal and stuff. Do we want a bunch of Rest in Pieces? Yeah, Loam scary. Burrow's kind of scary. Nerf's Coder. Maybe 3 more cuts. Maybe we're not supposed to play any forces and just fucking beef it. Do that. Let's try that. Why is that called UW D&T? UW is a common a joke because it makes a little face with the eyes and the mouth. And it's blue-white, so like it's UW D&T, and you just put the other U at the end. That's the joke. True name. Cursed. Truly cursed. Imagine explaining ooh. Yeah, it's actually it's surprisingly like weird to explain. No, yeah, no, that's the only joke. Oh, this hand's terrible. Coward tag ready. No, this is 0% chance you ever keep this hand against low. Are you shitting me? Alright, this hand's better. I mean, it's still bad against Wasteland, but like we could like fetch a white, play a mom. We have Brazen Borrower. I didn't know the explanation. I've been making this joke for like a week and a half. Just that it was a weed thing. I guess, yeah, fair. Anyway, keep. I think we're gonna bottom the Spell Queller. Mariner seems good on curve. True Name's obviously gas. I think Borrower's pretty strong too, so. Yeah, that hand had turn 2 rip. Sure. Oh, dang. This hand is turn 1 file too. Come on, Lunel. Maybe I wanted to fetch basic island there. I think I did. Because I like these double blue cards. I don't really see a face. The eyes are like closed and the W is like a little like I think like cat mouth sort of deal. Wow, rude. Gonna punish me for oh, never mind. You did one island. No, we didn't. I knew we were gonna draw Misty Rainforest, idiot. Yeah, we definitely wanted island. I think this is better than Mom. I'm gonna just like turn 3 Ogos me, I'm sad. Opponent needs to up their basic forest game. I'll let him know. That's scary. Never doubt XG looks X top decking ability. You petty theft their elk, yeah. I think we're just gonna cast our True Nemesis and just beat them to death. I mean, we could get like Plague here to be sad, but it's better than any other play. Well, like we could like bounce the Sylvan Library for a turn, but that doesn't really do anything. I I think I'm ready to just get Plague Engineered, and that's my life. Sometimes you just gotta make them have it, you know? When they have a Sylvan Library in play. Three cards are rogues. Oh no! Unsettled Mariner, horrible against Plague Engineer, can never attack into a Plague Engineer. It always gets named. You definitely would name Rogue, too. Did they see Brazen? They didn't technically see Brazen Barber. You might just name Merfolk out of just habit, but Rogue is definitely the stronger name. We'll just Brazen Barber the Plague Engineer, duh. We can Wasteland it, I don't super care about that. Oh, alright, Sharon. Well, that's better than Plague Engineered at least. Haha! Wait, now we can just fetch. Come on, click through it. Click through it. Click through it without fetching. Apparently aren't here to click through it. Rip. My opponent getting Leonin Arbitered. Except for it's a trigger that goes on the stack. Well, I mean, Wasteland wouldn't have done doesn't cut us off with like double blue or anything. So like not. What's up, Elaine? Go get a Mariner. Do we bounce the Sylvan Library? I feel like the answer is no. Yeah, I think I want to save Barber for some scary permanent that they play. I think I want to hold Caracas. Bounce the library and go tempo. I mean, it's not really tempo because we don't get a 3-1 in play, right? Not positive. Bouncing a knight seems like pretty solid. Maybe I don't know. The Sylvan Library, I can't draw them a lot of cards because they're so low on. Yeah, it's more of a Miri's guy at this point. Or are you Indy right now? Yeah. Well, why would I go to Indy? What for? I don't even know what format Indy is, but it's not Legacy, so why would I go? Yeah, there's a possibility we just cast a 3-1 this turn. It's not like a super high possibility, but you know, there's a chance. Well, if you say Indy's modern, I'm gonna. It's absolute no reason I would have gone, but it might be Pioneer. I don't remember. I have no idea what format Indy is. Just don't pay attention. Yeah, I mean, if they go to 7, we're 100% slamming a 3-1. Indy's Pioneer. Okay, there was maybe a reason to, but I also don't own a Pioneer deck and haven't played Pioneer in ever, so. Indy's the one where the cards go to big circle all day. What if Brazen Barber was legendary? How sick would that be? What do I do against an Oko? What? Untime him out. Since 10 is so many minutes, Elaine. Oh, okay. I don't know how to untime people out. How do I do this? I don't know. You figure it out. You're my mod. Oh god, what have I done now? He's back. Alright, cool. Oh god, now I've messed up my chat window. Alright, there is an Oko. Just certainly a little threatening. I wonder if I just... We could just attack the Oko for 6. Flash and Borrower, just send everything at the Oko, clear it. Not unreasonable. It's probably better than like petty thefting a food token and stuff. We... I guess like a plow, but definitely would have plowed before. Can you? Oh yeah, we can't get plowed because we have the Mariner. Oh shit, we can't get Dried Arbored. But then we can still clear the Oko, so it's fine. What am I meddling maging here? Abrupt Decay? Also took them off of white. Should have bounced the Oko Noob. That doesn't seem like a super great play. Might be mistaken. Just like make it 3/3 in that case. And then we can't attack it afterwards. Like when they replay it, now they have a food token. Name Uro doesn't seem that threatening. We have a Crocus. Yeah, don't name Uro. I'm thinking about Abrupt Decay. Does Uro see like... Yeah, Uro's starting to see experimentation. Problem is now this Elk's just gonna like brick me again. Just we can clear the Oko though. But yeah, I definitely should have just attacked it for 5. Kind of forgot about Dried Arbor there. It's a little scary, honestly, for my opponent. I don't think my opponent's going to elk my Metal Mage on this board state. Is it? Oh yeah, they have library, so it is less scary. Fair. Yeah, like they absolutely have to elk their own thing. They're not going to elk this Metal Mage. Schadenport. Alright, that's a card. Let's clear this Oko. Trigger resolve, I guess, for more information. Yeah, Mox Diamond, that doesn't really matter. Double blue, double black, I don't think it matters. Triple green. I don't think it matters. I should play fast for game 3. Port the Forest. Not necessarily take 0 for the rest of the game because of library, but definitely take like as little damage as possible. They can put lands and diamonds on the top, but they can't always. And like their next cheapest card usually costs like 2. Another Oko? Uro. That's why we've been like sandbagging this Crocus to force them to like put a bunch of resources into it. Like it's obviously still good because they like gain 3 life and draw a card and stuff, but we can at least. I guess we can just proactively use Mazavith on them. And then they could actually cast the Uro though. And just casting the Uro does just negate. Although they have a Mox Diamond in hand, they could pretty easily just cast this Uro next turn anyway. So I think just proactively putting this Mazavith is probably the play. Just to actually deal them damage. Don't want to play this into a wasteland or something, so I think we're just gonna try to make sure we can bounce the Uro. Yeah, like if they draw this wasteland right here, then they could wasteland my Caracas and then escape their Uro. So obnoxious how different a two. Yeah, like there's like nothing that was correct in the design of Oko. They just got every single number on that card wrong. Here comes Uro. There's the wasteland. The wasteland my port. Okay. That time they just walked into it. Opponent knew about it from earlier this game. First time, shame on me. Second time, shame on you. Ooh, wow, that attack is ambitious. Do I attack with my Meddling Mage here? They have 4 cards in hand. Whoa, I guess that attack is less ambitious. Didn't think about that. Yeah, spell certainly would have been nice. You're not wrong. Draw like another true name. Yeah, we could definitely go without drawing some lands. That would be a nice thing to have happen. Yeah, did I need to port Mazavith last turn? Were they tapped out? I forget. Did I just like let them cast the Zero? I'm honestly not sure. I don't remember. Yeah. Dicks. We're pretty much dead now. In my professional opinion. I'm not even close to caught up on D20 Live. I need to be, but I'm very far away. I know they just announced the new season though. Yeah, I heard the last episode was extremely wild. Yeah, I've watched almost all of Tiny Hacks. I'm like 1 episode behind on that. I haven't seen the last one, but I'm like super far behind on Fantasy High. Diamond, what's the diamond for? Are they gonna double spell this turn? No. They gonna recast the Uro this turn instead of Okoing? That can't be right. Can it? No, yeah, it's not right. What if they just elk my Borrower? Well, they played the Vox Diamond. They did it. I wasn't even thinking about that. I've constantly forgot about Mariner. Perfect. Wasteland. The perfect land. Can't even cut them off blue because the Mox Diamond. Yeah, I believe we're pretty hosed here. That counts as a spell, does it? Do I attack here? No, they can just elk their Mox Diamond the following turn. I think I just sit on my hands here. Opponent has 4.5 minutes on the clock, so they do legitimately need to kill me. We're up like 3 minutes. This has been a fucking weird game. I'm starting to think my opponent doesn't have It's just on bug loam. I mean, I started to think that a lot earlier. Definitely not before that, like green sun for 3 last game though. Just alchemy the Unsettled Mariner. Finally. Oh no, they're just taking my Unsettled Mariner. I guess that makes more sense. Does it? What are we gonna do with an Unsettled Mariner? Sure, you can have that. I mean, they get to like take pressure off the board, but they could also just elf their Mox Diamonds to make another. Deputy detention. I could deputy detention my own Unsettled Mariner. It's probably better to deputy detention this Dark Confidant, right? Deputy detention a random target. I wonder if it's better to just detention the elk, just to buy me as much time as possible. I am choosing basically random targets now. Yeah, food might have been right. I think the food probably was correct. Oh no, my meddling mage. Now I get to decay my stuff. Like Venser, just stall this game as much as possible. That's not really stalling this game as much as possible. Go my 1/1. Crack the Grove. Decay the Soul Order? Yeah, sure. Bob off Bob. But yeah, Loam killing me and I wouldn't have blocked there. Because the 3/3, I don't know. I feel like they're just going to have more removal. Right. Aha! We honestly, like, could still draw our Venser. Oops. And, like, be not in this game, but not completely dead. I flipped another Uro. That's not very good for them. Venser back our Mariner. I know we have, like, Crocus, Venser. Fibblethip would be great here. A lot of things would be great here. I think my opponent is on the... What does this even name? human. Seems like just a speed name we could draw. I think I might have wanted a name like Rogue there, because True Name does brick wall them pretty nicely. Do I Spell Queller an Uro? Probably. I'm probably just gonna like block a 2/2 here. I think I'm just gonna block the Unsettled Mariner, honestly. What's this? Whoa, there are coders in this deck. Holy shit. Oh no, we did see a Savannah earlier, didn't we? Oh shit, we're actually still in this game, huh? We do go get Venser. We're legitimately like just still alive. I think I just wanted to get that pressure off the board rather than just like blocking with and bouncing with Caracas. We're like somehow still in this game. But yeah, then he just timed out. We won, so. Caracas Venser, suddenly looks like we get to buy a bunch of time. Like, obviously, we're gonna most likely get ground out by a bunch of Uros in his hand, assuming, like, infinite time. Uro plus Caracas is not exactly a winning battle for Caracas, but, you know. He still also had to go on and, like, play game 3 after that. We were, like, 5 minutes up on clock. Long game of Magic. That was weird. I'm here to see how the White Weenie deck still loses to combo on turn 2. Hey, Mega Flippo1, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I want to play against some combo decks, that's why I built this deck. But then we're 2-0 against, like, creature decks. I think we would have lost that game a lot faster if my opponent didn't just, like, kill their Oko to, like, take my Mariner for no reason. I feel like my opponent would have just been able to, like, kill me with a bunch of Elks super fast. No, opponent! Come back. Cute, real cool. Goblins with 4 pile driver, 4 chain roller, please no. Chain roller doesn't kill True Name at least. Small victories. This deck is better versus 1 toughness hate, which is a notable upside. Especially stuff like Plague Engineer, because the creature types are more diversified. Obviously, like the Mom Thalia deck is still sad to see Plague Engineer because you can put it on a human, but like we have plenty of non-humans as well, and like we don't get absolutely demolished by Dread of Night as badly because we don't have like a bunch of Flicker Wisps in our deck. Oh yeah, no, Pile Driver's gonna kick the shit out of us. We have a lot of blue creatures. We've been losing to a lot of Pyroblasts, which has felt bad. We're on the draw with this hand. Oh, dicks. We keep a 1-lander on the draw on a mold of 6. Or do we go to 5? Put back our extra Thalia, although we're pretty far from like casting these spell callers as well. Alternatively, we could go to 5. 23 lands, 2 draw steps is pretty good odds, I think. I don't like this deck because it's hard to hit with Dread Knight. I mean, Dread Knight's still good, like, you know, shrinking like everything in the deck, but you know, it's definitely less backbreaking, which is a nice thing. Even though Dread Knight's not super played anymore. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, Chad. Don't worry. I think I might want to go to 5 with this hand. This hand's pretty medium. I think this hand is worse than the 7. I would definitely rather keep basically any hand, any 1-land. I mean, I guess that's kind of obvious, right? Any 1-land Aether Vial hand is better than a 1-land non-Aether Vial hand. Oh boy, we're playing against Delver. This hand's good against Delver if we can hit some land drops, but that's a pretty big if. Not flipping is nice. That Wasteland's scary. We want to draw a fetch so we can get basic. We're gonna like Dreadhorde Arcanist me? Yeah, we might just be dead and might want to concede and pretend we're a blue deck. Like, we're not winning here, right? We're gonna like fetch a Tundra, play a Tundra, cast a thing. If it doesn't get dazed, we still already lose to the Dreadhorde Arcanist and the Delver Secrets. Like, we what? Meddling Mage, name Bolt, so the Dreadhorde Arcanist can't kill me, and then it just, like, casts a bunch of cantrips and crushes me, and the Delver flips and just attacks me. Are we ever winning this game? Really doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it's definitely Meddling Mage on Bolt or Concede. I think we're gonna Meddling Mage on Bolt. I don't care too much for like hiding info. I like to try to play games with Magic. We have a GTA in hand, so there's like a non-zero possibility if all of my spells resolve, then we can actually do something. Like, and we need to like draw a land and then get our GTA online and not get dazed. All right. So good step 1. I think we need to fetch double Tundra there because if we fetch basic island, then we just have a lot less cards we can cast. And before Chain Lightning, please no. Ooh, Grixis Delver. So that's a lot of Delvers of secrets. I think we're gonna concede this one. As soon as these Delvers flip. Ooh, yeah, these Delvers are flipping, huh? Alright, yep. Flipping off Force of Will? Yep. Sometimes they just cast 3 Delver Secrets and a Dreadhorde cast and you die, you know. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Grixis Delver, huh? Didn't I change the way I sideboard? Don't I usually cut all the recruiters? Close game, yeah. Very, very close game indeed. You want to rest in peace, first Arcanist? I've thought about it. I don't think it's correct. I've considered it on the draw more than anything, because on the draw it's a lot harder to answer an on-curve Arcanist. If they just play an Arcanist on turn 2, then it just can really just put you in a hole. I think on the play it's probably fine not to. Could have sworn I usually cut all the recruiters in this matchup, unless I'm crazy. Oh no, there's a second Stoneforge in the sideboard. Duh, there we go. Figured it out. I'm just blind. Alright, let's see, that's good enough. Double Melee Mage is pretty strong. Got removal for a scary creature. Fetch out our Hallowed Fountain. What are these mages on? Like Bolt and Pyroblast, maybe? They're on Grixis, so they do have some number of Fatal Pushes, likely. I just finished talking. I don't think we want Rip except on the draw. Unless we saw something like specifically, whatever that thing is called. The draw 3 guy, Bedlam Reveler. Mariner. Do I like Mariner on turn 2 more than Meddling Mage on turn 2? I haven't seen a lot of the decks going to like the Mystic Sanctuary sideboard plan anymore. And usually it's a Gurmag or Bedlam deal, not both. Sometimes neither. Sometimes it's just blue-red plus like Thoughtseize Fatal Push. Although I guess that was like the Bedlam, usually the Bedlam strat. Also, what would we cut for the Rip? Probably like, I don't know, a Spell Queller, Vidilion Click, something. I think I like Mariner a little bit more here. We could put Meddling Mage on Arcanist. It's like not the worst thing. Because they didn't play a creature on turn 1. I almost actually like that play. You have to kill it, but it just like delays the Dreadward Arcanist. Dreadward Arcanist. I don't hate this name. I do like the lines of like trying to lock in all their different removal pieces, but against Grixis that's harder because they have like Bolt and Fatal Push and Postmortem Pyroblast and stuff. So it might be better to just use these Meddling Mages as like tempo plays. Yeah, Grixis versus Blue-Red Meddling Mage definitely does get worse. They just play like a Young Pyromancer and we feel like a loser. Yeah, we have Plow at least. Plow plus Mariner maybe. Plow plus Mom. Get the Mom online. Mariner's not super good against 2 lands right now. And the Mom's just like pretty not good for curve considerations. I'll develop the Mariner here. Mariner means that they can't like Bolt plus Arcanist at that point, or like Push plus Arcanist. So it just kind of delays. Okay, they daze it. That also prevents them from like casting an Arcanist or something this turn anyway. Cantrip, sure. Don't know what the second mage goes on. We could just try to, I don't know, trying to like guess removals, sketch. The chain's a little bit different because it's sorcery speed, right? It's a little bit easier to like play around and know about stuff like Rashad and Ports and Vials and stuff. Does this mean Fatal Push? They didn't shuffle. I guess I'll attack. Probably just gonna cast Mage plus Mom here. Yeah, they also get a Brazen sideboard, definitely. I'm not saying Metal Mage is good, but also this deck does have curve considerations. Pretty short on 2-drops. Rest of Peace is like a lot. Like, imagine if we had Rest of Peace versus this draw instead of these Meddling Mages. Like, okay, we have a 2-drop that does nothing, can't attack them, and has yet to have any effect. Like, it might have an effect down the line, sure. They're probably, and like, obviously not good in multiples, but sometimes just having power and toughness is pretty important in matchups where you want pressure. Let me cast this Meddling Mage. I don't know if I'm going to put it on, but they might have Fatal Push in response here. Yeah. I think we're just going to put it on Dread or Arcanist. Again. It's a scary card right now. Dread. Oh, they use it at the end. Yeah. I'm going to play this Port in case we draw like Wasteland. Play Gajir would be pretty bad for us. Yeah. Definitely a consideration for Rip. I definitely will. I think I will bring in the Sun number on the draw as well. Like I talked about, I think they are better on the draw because it's so hard to answer an on-curve Arcanist. So the consideration to like maybe bring in one even on the play because like the first one's not. Yeah, this is kind of a punish for playing out the Port. Not really. If they like just left up the Wasteland, then it didn't really hugely matter. And this is the problem I have been running into. Is that this deck does not have a lot of go long elements. So sometimes you just get into a top deck fight. And usually it feels like that's okay against Silver, but I don't know. It has felt less okay because I don't have as many Stoneforges. So it's harder to generate additional value. This deck is a lot more tempo based and a lot less. Wow, that Wasteland feels a little bit aggressive. Do they have like more dazes or something? They want to try like Daze a 3-drop. Oh, it's not a bad draw. I don't think I want to cast it into a potential Daze. I'll certainly borrow one of their creatures though. Especially if they like have a Bedlam Reveler. Borrow would be sick. What is this? Painful Truths. Getting pretty low. They have 3 cards in. That Wasteland makes me feel like they have Daze, but like getting this Borrower in when they go to 9 and then tagging them down to 4 would be very strong. That Wasteland really made it feel like they have a Daze though. They used 1 Daze. They were on the draw this game. They have 3 cards in hand. Getting this Borrower Dazed would suck so much. So I think I'm just going to let it happen. They can't play too many creatures. The following turn anyway. So the Borrower is good tempo. I don't even know if I want to Port here. Probably do. It is really bad if they did if they are on the Bedlam Reveler version. We really want to leave up Brazen Borrower. Yeah, maybe we let them have their lands. Because we want to play around Daze. We have the ability to also just flash on the Borrower now, if we want. It is extremely suspicious, but there are a lot of things it could be. Pyroblast back on top of their deck. Sure. Definitely makes my Borrower worse, that's for sure. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Sure. I think I just want to bounce this, then main phase my Borrower. Could Middling Mage on... maybe my Borrower doesn't do anything, because like, they just kill it. So we just Middling Mage Pyroblast, I guess. Sucks if they have another removal spell for it in their 5-card hand, but... So break the Meddling Mage, yeah, it's not good for me. Deputy gets blasted, but everything we have gets blasted right now. I mean, this is the pretty generic sideboard playing as taxes, yeah. Do we take Vials out? No, we just didn't draw any. Taking Vial out does not seem like a good plan. I feel pretty behind here. Especially if they are on like the Refler version. Is this another Painful Truths? Go down to 4. We can find a way to sneak in this Borrower. It would probably involve like having Wasteland though. Not more Tundras. That definitely is not what we're looking for. Yeah, now they just have like 6 cards in it and we have no pressure because we're just drawing a bunch of lands. Really don't think they needed to upkeep that Brainstorm. I think they have plenty of mana. I would rather just efficiently use Brainstorms. Here, clearly show we did sideboard out. 3 Recruiters, and 4 Forces, and the Soul Herder for like 2 paths, 2 Stoneforges, Jite, Council's Judgment, and 2 Deputies. Like obviously, Recruiter gets good at this stage in the game, but it's really bad at the game 1 sort of stage in the game, you know, where we just got hard Delvered out. So it's tough to figure out what the right sideboard plan is. I might not be approaching the Delver matchups in the right frame of reference. So is the difference between like the Red and Grixis or something. But yeah, like I said, so far Rip would have done almost nothing, right? Rip would have hit exactly the Mystic Sanctuary for the Pyroblast that's in their hand. Yeah, it's certainly possible that I just want to be cutting, like shaving some of our Meddling Mages and leaving in some number of Recruiters. They're just like not super good at value generation. Like nothing I play is going to live. We know neither of our blue spells are very good right now because they have the Pyroblast in hand. No Bolt is nice. Oh wait, hang on. Nope, don't have 6. Oh, the Bolt is just on the top of their deck. Sure. Yeah, it's possible that they just like I don't know. Yeah, blue red I think does definitely get like is worse at the whole grind option. I think we want to play this deputy now to try to get through the Power Blast. They're at 3. We're at 15, so I think just getting this deputy to try to beat the Power Blast is better. Obviously, they know about the Borrower. Yeah, maybe I just need to be taking my Grixis sideboard plan and my blue-red sideboard plan differently. Sure. It's just a weird spot to brainstorm. Just gonna double daze me. Death to Duelist. First Strike Shroud. Wow, Mystic Sanctuary the Ponder? Really? Not like a Bolton or Braid or something? It must be fucking stacked. It really feels like they're just like hemorrhaging value and it doesn't matter. Because we're gonna get like absolutely hosed anyway. What's this? Gurmag Angler? Yeah. Can't spellquiller that. I think I'll attempt to block with Spellquiller here. Not that it will work, but again, I think we might try to finagle a way that this Borrower actually finds lethal. Blast. Sure. They have 2 cards in hand. Can we plow here? We go to 9, so we're not dead. We're gonna have to play into Daze next turn though, so maybe I just. Although I'd rather play the Gurmag Angler. They have Bolt, we already lose because the plan is to attack them for 3 with this Brazen Borrower. This Metal Mage doesn't exactly help me. Get more removal. Still not dead, but definitely not looking good. My opponent has drawn 6 cards on me, and we're still like semi-close, but not really. Like they just pulled me here any day. What a play it would be if our last card was like Plow, though. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah. Might be that I do want to rethink my Delver strategy more than anything else. Maybe reconfigure the sideboard a little bit to handle it. Yeah, my opponent drawing 6 cards that game certainly did not help me. But it's certainly possible that like some of our milling mages want to be something else like recruiters. And just bank on... Yeah, having... Like, being straight unplayable 2-drops is definitely a big issue. And like not having a strong 2 versus Delver. Like, there's a distinct possibility that I do just want to, like, have a more robust Stoneforge package and have that be a plan. Especially with, like, Pyroblast getting so much value against me. That, like, having a non-blue, very threatening card is pretty reasonable. Didn't send your sub message, rip. Having a bigger Stoneforge package just takes up more sideboard space. And the original idea of this deck was that I didn't want to play Stoneforge at all. But maybe it's just a painful necessity of the format that I do need Stoneforge versus exactly the creature decks. Like versus Delver, versus Death and Taxes, stuff like that. Pursuit of Knowledge is quite the card. Did not know that card existed. Yeah. That's the thing I mentioned, I think, earlier this stream, is that, like, if anything, I wanted to be able to play 0 Stoneforge Mystics and, like, have a different plan entirely for the creature matchups, because people are always boarding in stuff like Abrades and Ancient Grudges and stuff, assuming that they want to be able to answer Stoneforges already. But I don't know. Stoneforge, I think, still, like, is just one of the most powerful things you can be doing against Delver, right? I may need to just try to re-figure out the Delver matchup with this deck, because if your Delver matchup is dicier, it's definitely a big downside. Delver isn't exactly lightly played in Legacy. Just even as little as having access to something like a Batter Skull. Like, when we flood out really badly, like I seem to do a lot against Delver. My Delver's like lightly played. Touche. I think I need to talk to some people, maybe reassess my Delver matchup, figure out what I can do, what I want to do, etc. What's good against Delver in terms of being a creature deck? Is, I guess, the question I want to ask myself. You know, joining some no banless modern action? Probably not. Oh, there's a tournament? Interesting. I would love to play first. Well, it's not Tron, it's just Eldrazi. Which is like Tron, but scarier. Seems a little tempting. Because we have like double Mom. It's a little scary because we can't cast our blue spells, but we have like a force. I don't think this hand does anything. This hand definitely doesn't do anything. Alright, well, this ain't looking good. I think we just want to be able to cast our spells here. We're up against a deck where Thalia is good. Dang, a Tundra matchup where my opponent leads on Tundra. I wish I'd kept Wasteland. If they shuffle on the Spawner, I'll feel so sad. They did shuffle. Just double Tundra, I think. Cast Balia. My opponent's playing Tundra in their deck, so it's very unlikely that they're a Wasteland deck. They don't have, like, Force for this Thali or something. Thalia's Mariner could pull some weight. Yeah, this is just miracles. This plow looks very bad. This borrower looks not good. Oh, whoa, not miracles. Suddenly Esper. I'm gonna cast like a Stoneforge Mystic here. Esper Stoneblade in 2020. Whoa. No, it's not Esper Stoneblade. We're playing against, fucking, whatever that deck's called. Cephalid Breakfast. It's breakfast time, I guess. Do I need to just Cephalid Illusionist with this Meddling Mage here? Because that's like the piece they have 4 of, right? They can play 8, whatever, N cores. No Nomads, Encore, and then there's another one, right? But they only have the Cephalid Illusionists. Is that the right name? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know dick about this deck. Cephalid Illusionist. Yeah, this looks like the right one. Yeah. Cephalid Illusionist. Alright. Suddenly, there's a chance we live. Unless I just play a short name here. Cafford on Cephalid. Nice. There's the Nomads. There's the Shuko. Got me. So we're definitely concerned about getting murdered here. They would need, like, what, Plow? If I play the Mariner, they need Plow plus Land plus Cephalid to get me. So I think it's pretty safe to play Mariner here. I don't think I like just, like, leaving up Borrower. Leaving up Borrower could potentially just kill the Stoneforge. We could, like, Petty Theft the Shuko, but that seems like not even a great plan regardless. I think I just need to develop. I can attack for 2 here as well. They have like a GTAs that could be bad. Oh no, we have Mariner, so GTA's not the scariest thing in the world. Lily's now sitting underneath my desk. There's Stoneforge. Now they can go get Jite, but we have stuff like Borrower and Cloud to mess with that. Right? Lily, please get out from under my desk. Go lay down. Just Batter Skull, fucking deal. I guess they get to put it into play right now. I don't know what you want from me, Lily. Good Meddling Mage. No, that wouldn't work. Meddling Mage on Batter Skull is not very good against Stoneforge Mystics. I assume because they didn't grab GTA, they don't have any GTAs in their deck. At least main deck. Post board, they probably have like the transformational sideboard with true names and more equipment. Problem is that we can't really cast any relevant spells here. I guess we just end up petty thefting this germ. We just want to buy some time. Equip the Shuko to the germ. Sure. I feel like I want to put a second Meddling Mage on Seth the Illusionist so we're not seconds away from dying at any given moment. What on earth is this? Just equipping the Batter Skull? Sure. And the Shuko, sure. There's my Hallowed Fountain. We could just go Recruiter for True Name. True Name is pretty good against equipment. Taps us out for two straight turns, though. One has two cards in hand. I imagine one of them is like almost 100% to be Cephalid Illusionist. So I'm like a little bit scared about that. We could play the Hallowed Fountain, tap and Meddling Mage Cephalid Illusionist and just like take some knocks from the Stoneforge Mystic. Like I don't think they're ever going to be able to close. So I think I just want to make sure that we're not just going to fucking die. I think I'm just going to put both these on Cephalid Illusionist. I don't know if they're on like Plows. We saw it to Fairy, so that's a card we should be worried about. So I think just putting them both on Cephalid Illusionist isn't a bad plan. We could also leave up the Plow this turn. We could just like Plow the Stoneforge if we wanted. Shock in the Fountain. Gain 6 life. Or gain 4 life, I guess. Yeah, shock it in. I think Recruiter for either Soul Herder or True Name is probably a good plan to try to win this game. Wow. If they like hardcast Force or something here, I'm just ecstatic. Yeah. I don't even know if equipping was right that one time. It might have been better served for them to pick up the Batter Skull and put it back into play. Yeah, now they're just leaving out 5 mana. Yeah, I thought I ain't gonna do a lot. Let's Recruiter for something. At least attempt to. I think I'm in for recruiting this Soul Herder. Start getting some value. Take with the Battle Skull, put it back in. One minor concern is if they find Aether Vial, then we're like 2 turns away from getting Illusionisted. And we're already used our Borrower, so I don't know if we can really stop that. I guess we could like go get a Vendilion Click to try to beat a Cephalid Illusionist. Look at my deck real quick. Yeah, that'd be about it, honestly. What's happening over here? Ponder? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'd have to like Soul Herder for Vendilion Click. Didn't shuffle, that's scary. Ponder's not shuffling are always scary. I never want my opponents to find what they're looking for. Tag me for 4. You got it. What if this is just a removal spell? Or like a Force of Will for this Soul Herder? Is that what like they pondered into? Just like hardcast Force? But we still get a Soul Herder, which eventually gets real big. Oh, they don't have anything. They might be trying to kill me or something. I don't know what they would... I think we have to get True Name at least for now. I don't know what they would ponder into and just say go. Unless it was... like ponder, keep, and then like not do anything. Sure, it's a 5-4 now. Sure. Is a clock. I'm tempted to block this germ with the Mariner. I think that might actually be correct. Going to 5 is like a little bit scary. This Mariner isn't doing shit. My opponent has a jillion mana. So now we can go get a Vendilion Click, I think. So I mean, we can hold up Spell Queller or Vendilion Click or Brazen Borrower, potentially. Flyer and a Mom Stop Batter Skull. I mean, True Name already stops the Batter Skull. Oh, I guess not anymore, because they just put the Batter Skull in the Narcomoeba now. But we get a lot of flyers to potentially stop that. Maybe we do have to go get a Mom next turn. We have a lot of flyers to delay the inevitable. Yeah, this looks like Batterskull will Shuko onto the Narc. Sure. Go to 4 here. There's the Aether Vial. So I guess we just click them to stall for time and to put a Cephalid Illusionist to the bottom of the deck so we don't die. I think I'm gonna main phase click them. Because I don't want to die to like a removal spell or a hardcast force. If they have force pitch a card, we do actually just die here. Which is kind of embarrassing. Maybe this was their end game. I think I do just want to main phase click them. Unsettled Mariner can die forever. There's Cephalid Illusionist Ponder. So yeah, we will definitely put this Illusionist to the bottom. Problem is they could find another one, and we have to ditch our click here. So what's our plan to win this game? Did you have that one named? Yeah, but they have an Aether Vial in play. Yeah, both of my Melee Mages are on Cephalid Illusionist, but they have an Aether Vial in play, so I'm a little bit concerned that we will at some point die to that. And at some point I mean very soon. We're very close to just dying to it, because there's so much life. I don't know what our plan is to actually win this game, other than prevent them from drawing one of their other 3 Cephalid Illusionists in their deck. Which does not seem like a very easy plan to do. Imagine Underground Seas for Cabal Therapy. Yeah. It's not even 11 turn clock. They're gaining 6 life every turn. We're negative infinite turn clock. We don't have Venser in the main deck. But yeah, otherwise that would buy us a lot of time so we could keep bouncing the vial. But yeah, good games. Yeah, our games were definitely pretty weird and grindy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this board state. Don't worry about it. I think we're dead. Also, yeah, Venser would only be good if we ever drew a 4th land to like cast multiple spells on the same turn. They have a Brazen Borrower, and now we literally are just dead. Alright, yeah, they got me. Yeah, I don't think we had a real plan to be able to actually win, but it was a weird and awkward game. On our mold of 5. Alright, so what's our plan here? How do I even want to sideboard for this matchup? I don't even know if boarding in recipes is even correct anymore. Like, how scary. Like, they always have the sideboard, the subverting sideboard plan. I think Force is probably stuck against the Aether Vial Cavern deck. I think these are probably fine. Do I want to fight the equipment fight? Do I want removal spells? I never know how to sideboard against Breakfast. Everyone keeps I keep playing it against it for some ungodly reason. I just never know how to sideboard against it. It's just such a weird deck. she just full on had her back foot in her mouth, and she just like totally stopped when I turned around to look at her. She's a weirdo. Alright, so these cards seem okay. Are there any cards in my deck that seem actively bad? Mariners probably don't seem great. But it probably doesn't have a lot of interaction. They might have some like plows and stuff post board. I don't know how much I want to go on the GTA is, I guess, good against like their creatures, right? Cephalogist is a 1/1, so active GTA is hard for them to beat, and like it does help against the fair fight. So maybe we want to do that. I'm not convinced I want to board in Rest in Peace, but maybe I do, because we don't have a lot of solid ways to interact with the combo other than just like removing their creatures and stuff, which is not super, and like getting inactive GTA, which are like not super good lines. So if we do bring in rips, what are we cutting? Meddling Mages. Meddling Mage is not good against Aether Vial Stoneforge deck. It's good when they don't have their Aether Vial draws. Like they were good that game, obviously. Maybe we shave Meddling Mages. I don't think we need the Soul Herder either. I think recruiting for stuff is probably fine enough. Maybe we actually cut these moms. We'll shave moms. Bring the Soul Herder back in. Sometimes, though, I imagine the board will get into that like weird grindy state. Yeah, if we had like a Stoneforge to the deck that we could have recruited for earlier, that game would have definitely gone a lot better. Think we keep this hand? It's good if they're on their plan B. Certainly. If they're not going to aggressively combo me, this hand's strong. If they do aggressively combo me, this hand is not good at all, though, because we don't have answers for the combo until like turn 4 when we get GTA online. It's also really bad because we can only shoot our second GTA, and if they have like, if they like randomly have the natural therapy, we do just get fucked. But I don't think they're big on. I think it's just blue-white. Maybe I don't even want to play the Stoneforge because we already have the GTA in hand. But like the only way to play is off curve Mother of Runes, which I'd rather like Mother of Runes plus GTA or something next turn. Or port them, and porting them sucks. We just cast the GTA, say go. Next turn, Mom plus GTA seems like a pretty good line, though. If they do just like therapy me name GTA, we'd get absolutely wrecked. Hello, Lily. Why are you walking around, huh? What's your... Oh, going under the desk again. What do you want from me? What's my opponent doing here? Cast another cantrip? Casting a nomad dude? Hey, Lily, calm down. Go lay down. Lily. She's getting feisty. Rest in peace. She's also just shaking my desk. Rest in peace is good if we randomly die. There's, I think, a low chance of randomly dying next turn because they would need to play the 1-drop dude and the Cephalid Illusionist on 3 mana. I think I'm just going to take my Nox here to a turn 3 combo. Rest in peace off curve is like kind of awkward. Getting this GTA on. I should have done that in Ops Order. I don't know if the deck plays days, but the GTA is obvious. Actually, I don't know if the GTA is more important. It probably is because we don't have the 4th land for the second GTA, but I mean, I guess we attack. Let's not do anything else. Lily, go lay down. Why are you bugging me? do have foot plow, okay. Kind of what I expected. Keep up appearances that I have Forcible or something and not just F6. Stupid blue decks. I don't get nearly as much F6 value. Recruit. Wow, they're just gonna let me get GTA counters? Interesting. Scary. Do they have the Shuko or something? No, I could beat Shuko with GTA 2. I guess I'm just... They could have some artifact removal into the combo or something. I think I just want to get GTA Online rather than playing a Rest in Peace here. I think getting GTA Online is just a lot more powerful. Them just recruiting Cephalid Illusionist in the face of this active GTA is just really threatening. To have drawn another land. That name sounds familiar. I forget who that is. I seem to recall that name. Jordan Isoka. Isokoa. My bad. So they can't just combo me because we have this GTA. Nomad's Encore isn't like a million toughness, right? They have their own GTA. That doesn't do anything. No, Nomad's is the 1-drop. What's the 2-drop? Isn't there a 2-drop? Yes, it's not gonna do shit, opponent. I don't know what your plan is. I'm still, like, pretty concerned with randomly dying. I think I want to just play Rest in Peace as some sort of, like, horrifying insurance policy. I really want to develop this true name so we can, like, assuredly win this GTA fight. I think with 3 GTA counters, we have enough of a cushion that we can develop something like true name instead. Or we can develop something like RIP instead, sorry. Hey, thanks for the host. I'm not going to try to get that name right, but I appreciate the host. Aslid, it's a lot of letters. Alright, so we're insulated from getting comboed. And with this true name, we should be able to win the GTA fight. We're already, like, pretty far ahead in the GTA fight. Mystic 4. Batter Skull, sure. Their Stoneforge doesn't get to live, so whatever. Sure. I can kill both of these Stoneforges. We don't need to, even. I think I will, because we have the RIP and 1 counter still. Prevents the Illusionist from going off. Maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just let 1 live. We can, like, Brazen Bar with a Batter Skull if we need to. Finally drew land number 4 when I'm about to cast a 3-drop. These have been really awkward games. We play second rip and leave up the petty theft, but that doesn't seem very good. We could wasteland my opponent. I don't know how I feel about that. Name you. My opponent's hand is Cephalillusionist, Batterskull, Shuko, and 3 unknowns. They have Shuko plus Cephalillusionist, so for 3 mana they can attempt to go off if they can get rid of my 1 GT counter that would be left, and the Rest in Peace, with their additional 1 mana. 0 mana if I wasteland them. You just have lethal. This is 13? They're at 15. We definitely can't just lethal them with the True Name GTA pump a million times. Yeah. So, like, I could just, like, wasteland them to be safe. We're not really double spelling. We could, like, just wasteland and ping off, and I don't think they can realistically go off. It's all good. Yeah, I think I like wasteland. Then because I wastelanded, I like double pinging. Because I really don't think they can go off 3 Rest in Peace and a single GD counter with 3 mana from nothing. There's the Shuko. There's Narcomoeba. Sure. I think I'm going to spend this turn moving the GTA to the True Name. I could just attack both, and if they block the Narcomoeba, I just don't pump. I just let myself get GTA counters. I think all roads lead to Rome here. Just like let the trade happen because I don't care. Because if I like pump and they have a plow, I get 0 GT counters for a turn, which is like maybe scary. I don't know. Hey, Fiery Justice, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Wow, they don't even block. Deal. I mean, I guess not blocking makes a lot of sense if they don't have a plow. I think we'll just Vile, leave a petty theft. I don't really think there's a way we can lose this game. Rest in Peace plus 3 GJ counters, plus an unsummon in our hand. Aetherval, sure. Sure. Dead. This is 6. If I pump again, it's 8, which means the stream is lethal next turn. Just playing around like a removal spell on the GTA to make sure that they just die. think 4 GT counters is pretty similar to 2 GT counters in terms of them going off. I might want to play Recipes instead of leaving a Borrower, but I really don't think there's a lot they can do. They already voted for on Subs Poll 1, now it's going to be fluent. Nice. Activate Vial on 1, sure. So you straight up can't go off, because before Rest in Peace. Yeah, okay, they died. It was a weird-ass game. Alright, we need to figure out what I'm doing. They didn't show us anything. They just, like, rolled over and died to Umezawa's GT, more than anything. The Rest of Pieces seem fine as an insurance policy, because, like, the forces are already bad. They did show us post-board plows, but I don't think, like, Mariner is super great. They don't have a lot of interaction. Mariner's okay against, like, opposing GTs. So maybe to try to win the GTA fight we could have access to Mariners. Although, I think Mother Runes is just better in that respect. They don't have a lot of evasion. I assume they have some number of true names, especially post-board, but... I wonder if that's something I want to be worried about. The fact that I can't really recruit her for a good answer to a GTA. All my recruiter answers are just bounce. I can't recruit Deputy. Could have like a singleton revoker in the 75. Plow seemed okay. Don't know if I want paths. Don't know if I want to give them mana. Yeah. Singleton revoker might be okay. At least in like the sideboard or something. I don't like it's probably good. I don't know if it's good in the matchups where I am struggling though. It's good. I don't know if it's necessary. But I've also queued into Stoneforge Mystic, I think, almost 0 times. I guess my opponent technically qualifies as a Stoneforge Mystic deck right now. But like, I haven't played against like D&T or Maverick or anything ever with this build. Why do I have Thalia? What the fuck do I have these Thalias in my deck? What the fuck am I doing? These Thalias are horrible. Let's bring in Mother of Runes and Unsealed Mariners. What the fuck am I doing leaving at all my Thalias? Jesus. Opponent has like a shit zillion creatures. Alright, this looks okay. We potentially have these cards. I think they're like pretty weak though. Meddling Mage, like I said, versus the Aether Vial deck. Not excellent. Path to Exile could be okay over something. I don't know what I would cut though. I think this is fine. Removal spells, Spellquiller, Recruiter is probably okay. I'll keep this. No vials, but Plows and Spellquillers ain't bad. What's my? I have not been tracking like meta distribution or anything like that. I felt like I played against a lot of like Combo and Delver, but that's just like most of Legacy, right? Combo, Delver, Oko. I think I'm just plowing the Stoneforge. I hope they get Batterskull. But it makes a lot more sense if they just get GTA in like the Death and Taxes matchup. Come on, Batterskull. Shuko. Well, that's a little bit scary. Port here? Yeah, I can port here. They can't go off on 2 mana. I think I still want to plow this. Not 100%. I think porting's better than leaving up. The ability to cast Plow. Problem is our hand is pretty clogged with 3s right now. So if they do just cast a Cephalid Illusionist, we need to Plow it and then port again. It'd be nice if they just like, didn't have another land drop. Wishful thinking, I guess. Port's like Port's not a 2-drop that develops any pressure for my opponent though, which is a thing that I want to happen. I'm gonna cast the Shuko here. Luckily, Shuko doesn't let them go off at instant speed, so the removal actually works on it. It's harder to remove like the Nomads combo. Wow, not casting the Shuko. Interesting. Does that mean there's a Plow that I should be worried about, and I don't want to cast this Mom? I definitely don't want to tap out. Leaving up Queller could be scary, because if they do have a Plow, then they could, like, when I Queller their Cephalid, they could Plow and cast Shuko and kill me. Yeah, I think I like casting Mom. And porting again. Although, they can go off on 3 mana with the Shuko in hand, so maybe I need to leave up the Plow and not port. There's definitely a reasonable chance we die if I port them. So like, we could have just ported and not played the Mom, but I think I like the Mom well enough. If they just have like combo with Force Back or something, we're dead. Couldn't really beat it. We explicitly didn't port them, so we're definitely representing something here, but... Ooh, that's no good. Now we do just die, right? We just can't beat that? Assuming they also have the Illusionist, obviously, but they put a Cavern on Cephalid, so it's pretty likely. Yeah, like, Port plus Plow would have been able to deal with this, but yeah, now they can just cast the Shuko afterwards, which is not good for us. We can't Plow the Illusionist because they go off at instant speed with the Nomads in play. Yeah, I think we're just dead skis. Unfortunate. Our hand was not well equipped. Like, not playing the Mom here also doesn't really develop a lot. I think we might have been able... Could have left up Spell Queller instead, but like I said, the Spell Queller plan is really bad against like a Source of Plowshares or something, so developing the Mom tries to like beat out the Plow, which they were kind of threatening with the Tundra. Is there a world where we... No, there's no world where we don't die. We don't have the ability to like Spell Queller a Thassa's Oracle or the Dread Return or whatever. Yeah, they Shuko me. Let's see the kill. There's the Dread Return. Yeah. Interested to see if they could actually like beat, like if they left in. I have to imagine they leave in Therapy, right? They saw Stoneforge. It's like Therapy is like an okay card. Echoing Truth. Interesting. There's the Plows. Teferi, sure. Brazen Borrower for the Recruiter package makes sense. Is that 3 Plows? There's the Narc. They're the other two narcs. The bottom 3 cards. I was beginning to think they couldn't kill me for a second. But yeah, they actually boarded all the therapies. They actually couldn't be a spell queller, which is kind of funny. It's like spell queller, they try to turn the game to ends. Also, like, they didn't have any sort of like true name plan. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I just like don't fucking know how to play against breakfast at all. Yeesh. Alright, that's pretty solid. We can bottom the Hallowed Fountain, I think. Obviously, we can't cast Meddling Mage on curve, but with the Vial and our Mold of 6, I think I'd rather. Rather have the ability to wasteland my opponent here. Who does that? Yeah, that's fair. I've just like queued against it like twice in the same week, and it's just wild. Because I just like have played against it like maybe once in my whole life prior to that. Bayou Noble. Well, this is not a good matchup for this hand. Can the Hallowed Fountain be a Prairie Stream? No. Do I have Wasteland here? It's a little bit scary against the Wasteland deck. Do it anyway. Alright, it's not very good. We're not really casting anything relevant. And cutting Maverick off of a turn 2/3 drop is pretty big since they don't have a lot of scary 2s. Yeah, that's fine. Could Thalia, we could leave up our Force. I might just be Force of Willing like a Knight of the Reliquary or something. Just put in my own Thalia and just like sit here awkwardly. I guess we could just Meddling Mage Knight of the Reliquary though, right? Isn't that just like better? But we could Force of Will something that isn't Knight of the Reliquary specifically as well. Alternatively, we could just Meddling Mage Knight Thalia to turn off Green Sun. Meddling Mage Oko. There are gonna be 2 Thalias in play. Oko costs like 900 mana. If they have like Stoneforge, we have the Mom, so actually I'm kind of into just Mage Knight. This is the game we're playing. I think the blue cards are bad. Yeah, you would not be incorrect. We could draw True Name. That would be a good blue card in this matchup. Oh no. The Karakas makes me feel like if they attack, there's like a 100% chance they have the Source of Plowshares. So we absolutely don't block. Block seems very dubious. I'll take that 3. Do I leave my Vial on 2 to just like try to fight this Karakas? Like taxing their Karakas? Until we draw a 3, maybe that's the line. I guess we could just be casting our Thalia though. Nice. Well, we can make a 3-1 at least. I mean, we're probably not going to cast Petty Theft anytime soon, so. Block maybe dubious. I'm gonna call you a coward for not taking it anyway. Yeah. Blocking there seems extremely aggressive. I think we're just gonna violin our 3-1 here. Breezebar is basically just your name, right? Never doesn't have any flyers. Although True Name can block. Breezebar definitely can't. Wow, they're letting me take this block? Okay. Do they want their creature spells online? Seems weird that they, like a Krog's attack, yeah, and then didn't do it this turn. Hey, Disposable Hero, thanks for the 11-month resub. Yeah, looks like they just fucked up. Solly. Well, that's a little scary. Alright, let's also not playing the Solly pre-combat, so that Thalia was a 4-3. Although no, then we get to block it with like the mom, so. Let's draw a True Name, please. That's not bad. It's a big lad. Well, it will become a big lad at least. We don't have any like value blinks, but like it does just get bigger. I don't think I attack with the Meddling Mage. I think we want to keep the mom up for basically forever. We're just winning the race, especially because we get to like make Soul Order. I guess I'll untap my borrower. Doesn't really matter. Blinking anything else doesn't matter either. They can never block, right? Can they? I don't know if they want to get their like plowback online, and then like plow my Meddling Mage, like get their coder going or something. I think them like popping my vial doesn't matter. I think I'm winning the damage race already, so I think just keeping up my mom to make sure I don't get cheesed out is a pretty good plan. Yeah, Wasteland plus popping my vial will set me back, but I already have the better board state, so it's possible that that's enough. What's this? Harvest the Thalia, sure. Yeah, they attack first, because we can't really call them. Eventually the Soul Herder will just be able to block it, though. Yeah, us playing Thalia is just porting them, essentially. What's this? Some other runes? Some other runes would be kind of scary. I'll just pop in the vial, sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, now we just get to hit them for a bunch. Cast the Thalia again. Look at the Meddling Mage, just untap it. Never know if it wants to block. Knight of the Reliquary. Soul Herder getting jacked. Soul Order's art's so sweet. I feel like I say that every time I put Soul Herder into play, but damn. Said McKinnon. Truly a master. Should we name Stoneforge as Head of Night? I don't know. Mother Runes keeps Stoneforge down pretty well. Relatively well. If they have like Stoneforge plus Plow, it could get dicey. But I don't know. Knight's big. Knight was a little bit threatening in the damage race, but at that point, maybe I don't know. Maverick has had between 2 and 0 Stoneforges lately. Alright. Sideboard plan. Name Plow. Yeah, Plow might have actually just been a reasonable name, so we could actually start using our Mom to block aggressively. It's not a bad idea. Naming Knight initially was definitely, like, obviously correct, because that was like way back on like turn 3, when we were scared of them just making a big monster and winning the damage race. But upon resetting it, Plow might have been the name. I think at that point the game was pretty over, though. What's our last cut? Map out our curve here. Vendilion Click. Spellquiller, maybe? I don't know. Flyers are pretty strong against Maverick. Could cut a Meddling Mage, perhaps? I think it's, what, this, or this? I think those are the reasonable contenders in terms of cuts. Mariner doesn't seem at its best. It's not great. It's okay against like Wastelands and in like the GTA fight. I'll add it to the pile. Yeah, Mariner is very good in GTA fights. It makes GTA cost 1 per ping, which means that sometimes you can untap and like get your GTA Online first, or not first, but like more reasonably. It's certainly like, yeah, it means they can't on curve like kill your Mariner, you know. They can't just like on curve play their Stoneforge and then put in the equipment and then equip attack or whatever. I don't love Meddling Mage. I think that's probably fine. Maybe Meddling Mage is okay. You just always put him like Coda or Green Sun or something. I mean, Wasteland is also a card with text, like stuff like Plow. It's not just for the GTA fight. Am I supposed to keep this hand? I'm gonna keep this hand anyway. This hand can't even really like fetch basics very reasonably. I mean, we're going to, but so what's that Wasteland with Savannah? No. Yeah, now we can just fetch all of our basics, which is nice. I think I'm just gonna play Vial here. Next turn we can like Plow plus Wasteland if we want. Wasteland on the draw versus. I mean, like the thing is that like Wastelanding specifically Maverick off of 3 mana is not unreasonable because they don't have a lot of exciting plays on turn 2 specifically. Well, I guess Wastelanding was not have worked out very well. They don't have a lot of those sort of plays. Yeah. It's definitely not unreasonable. Like, if I didn't have a Vial, it's definitely a potential that I wanted to Wasteland right there. Meddling Mage. So my opponent didn't have Knight of the Reliquary, because they definitely would have cast it over Scavenging Ooze. We don't want a Meddling Mage Plow, because we have a Plow in our hand. We could Meddling Mage Green Sun. We could also not Meddling Mage. We could Wasteland plus hold up Plow. We could port. Got a lot of options. Yeah, just porting's not bad. Yeah, we have the Vial coming on 2, so it seems nicer to just be more mana efficient here. Holding up Plow isn't really something you really need to do in this matchup. Fetching an upkeep into this board is kind of weird. They just got like another Savannah, I guess it doesn't matter, but what's happening? Next turn we could potentially, I don't know how many, depends on what my opponent's doing on land drop wise, but we have the option of like Port plus Wasteland. We have the option of like Wasteland plus like GT. This Metal Mage feels like it's going to go on Green Sun or Swords to Plowshares, most likely. Ooh, they might not have a land drop. Be pretty into that. Maybe they're just going to main 2, making me sad. Don't have a land drop opponent, come on. Well, it's only kind of a land drop. So we could play the GT here, put the Fear of God in them. They could have a Shatter for it though, so it might be nice to try to wait until we have like the 4 mana flashpoint. Waste into Plow Dork. Yeah, I hate plowing Dorks in this matchup. We have no idea how many lands they're gonna miss, but definitely it sets them pretty far back for sure. But we don't really have a way to capitalize on it because we can't attack into their Scoots with our Meddling Mage very well, right? And if they have, we could like Plow and then name Plow with Meddling Mage. It's like not unreasonable. The Wasteland port that might be pinned on mana, yeah, maybe they had 3, but they had 3 mana and didn't cast anything. It's like, what is in their hand that they need so much? What are the 4 cards my opponent has left that they just keep leaving up like 2 mana and stuff and not casting anything with 3 mana? Like Green Sun, Zenith, and reactive cards are the only things that make sense, right? Yeah, Green Suns and Plows. Like, they would have even played, like, a Night Bottom or something on the file. Problem is, our hand is, if they have more lands, the Green Sun gets scary, and we've burned a Plow and a Noble Hierarch. I certainly don't hate it. Especially because we have this GT in our hand, but maybe we just want to try to finagle our way into a board state and like proactively use our Plow so we can also Meddling Mage name Plow. We're gonna name Plow so we don't need to put in our Meddling Mage until end step. Not that it particularly matters. Cradle. Pretty good land. Probably going to what? Violent Meddling Mage. Maybe we have to name Green Sun now. Maybe not. Really think they have Swords Plowshares in their hand. Hey, Fluffy Wolf, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. We're in our last match of the night over here. Green Sun for 1. They're just getting another Mana Dork. Pretty well used Plow if that's what they end up doing. Kind of plowed the Green Sun in a way. I think we want to Meddling Mage, so we definitely want to take this Vow to 3. So I think I'm just gonna Meddling Mage Swords to Plowshares, and then we'll immediately draw 1. I think I have to cast the GT next turn as well. if they were telegraphing that hard, obviously in jest. Ooh, second meddling mage. Do we put this one on Green Sun? The second Green Sun? They have 3 mana here, so Green Sun could be threatening. Like I said, we can't really get our GTA Online very well into this Scavenging Ooze. Definitely casting one of these spells this turn. I think I do like... It means that we don't get the GTA Online in the coming turns, though. Because obviously we need 4 mana to really go off with it, but I kind of like it. Yeah, they have to have had drawn Knight in like the past 2 turns or something. We could have maybe attacked with Meddling Mage, let them see if they wanted to trade with Scoos, and then like played a second Meddling Mage on Plow. It might have been reasonable, because it also, like, if they do take the trade, then we take the mana down from their Cradle. That might have actually been the play. This is a lot of mana they got. I'm hoping they just, like, yeah, something like Plague Engineer. Okay, that's not that bad. Bad if they get a second one, that's for sure. Wow, attacking to my foul on 3. No respect. Foul into your name, just block for free. Crocus doesn't really do anything. They have a Wasteland, so I think we just want to fetch our last basic here. Just GTA file. You were very wrong about Gilded Goose. What did you have to say about Gilded Goose? I think it is not good if you don't have Oko in your deck, and just the obscene power level of Oko makes Goose, like, at all playable. Well, that attack does not look good for me. This feels like they're just gonna, like, Knight of Autumn my GTA or something. Neither Reliquary. Well, that's also bad. Because it is enormous. Don't really know what our plan is. Top deck, True Name. Top deck Tundra is not good. And just equip the GTA Meddling Mage and say go. I think we have to let them have the Green Sun Zenith, because we almost know they have a Plow in hand. We don't know they have another Green Sun. Yeah, I think what I want to be able to do is chump block the Knight here. I don't know. It feels a lot like I don't know. Death Decks does not have a lot of late game ish, like a lot of grinding elements either. There's some more Stoneforge Mystics. I like postboard against these decks. We clear the Plague Engineer if we need to. Whoa, choke? It does not seem like a... Actually, no, my mana base does suck. But I also have Aether Vials. Guess I should have tapped differently, huh? I mean, I guess this is fine. I'm gonna choke on Wasteland my Karakas. So if I want to equip the GTA, we do lose another land. Could kill the Scavenging Ooze right now. In response to this, you tapped right. We could have tapped Karakas Plains, right? Does that represent anything different? Choke shouldn't be in their deck. I don't know. Our mana base is just actually horrendous. Do we want to kill his Skoos? White cards. I mean, like, it does just turn off a bunch of our lands. We have our mana base is 4 Tundra, 1 Hallowed Fountain. Question is, do we actually want to... Yeah, I think I do just want to clear it. It's the only creature, and they don't have any more green mana. Really just want to draw True Name. True Name would be really nice. Don't even know if it would be good enough, though. Mariner's another blocker. I think I just have to change my island to get more GD counters. Hold the Tundra so it doesn't get wastelanded, obviously. So yeah, if we can like chump block again, clear the Engineer, then draw True Name, and then get the GT on it with our last non-chokeable mana. Then maybe we can get somewhere. So now we can like clear the Engineer for however much or little that's worth. I think I gotta take this other vow up to 3 because if we draw Recruiter, we want to be able to recruit our TNN. I don't think we have a lot of good 2s to draw here anyway. No! I mean, we could just... I think we're supposed to just equip our Meddling Mage, just chump block the Knight, and to turn on our Plow, clear the Engineer, and then plow the Knight with our remaining planes at this point, and just try to like win off of 2 vials on 3. This. Oh, just making a food. You need green mana to make the food. That's fine. Sure, Mother Runes dies, so that's fine. So we declare blocks here. We kill the Plague Engineer. Get the GD counters, clear the Mom. 2-drop and cry about my Aether Vials. Oh. Deputy of Detention. Well, I think the last card is Plow. So we could try to Deputy at some point to unlock our islands for a turn, which is pretty big. Nope. Can't play this. I'm fairly confident that their last card in hand is Swords to Plowshares. So the Deputy is not going to unlock our islands. And there's not a lot of worlds where they're going to tap out of white mana. Don't see a reason to kill them now. I guess. I don't think our GTA on 2 counters is doing a lot else. What is this? Another engineer? What is this? Green, no, green sun for 3 or whatever. Sure. Except for that stupid legend. What stupid legend? Isn't it just like another knight to just smush me? Alright, well, if the last card in their hand isn't Plow... Am I supposed to hit... I have to hit the knight, right? Because we just can't beat it. If we draw a land, we'd equip as well, but I'm pretty sure the last card is Plow, and we just beef it here regardless. Yeah. Could, again, we could draw the true name. Stay alive. Yeah, no, we're dead. I guess we're technically not dead. Gain 2 life. The active food token to heal Plow. Yeah, that didn't really make any sense to me. Because, like, the Goose could also cast the Plow, but... We can go to 2, yeah. Oh no, they can just wasteland themselves when we die. I'll gain 2 life. And they just wasteland themselves. Wow, what if I did have the true name? Wow, what a sick play that would be. Just wasteland themselves for no reason. But yeah, no, we die. They got us. It was an awkward game. Joke's like kind of horrifying. Yeah, not waiting for blocks could have been like supremely punished, but it's whatever. Needed to be like the exact out of like recruiter or true name for recruiter or whatever recruiter for true name or true name. You get what I mean? I think force is still pretty bad. Yeah, I think we just hit Smith. There's a chance that like Mage is better than Mariner, especially on the play. Sand is good. I think this Sand almost wants basic planes. I think I might just lead on this Caracas. I saw at least 3 cards of their graveyard and their text box. Gotta bring in the rips. Did we even see 3? We saw 2 knights. I think I do want to lead on this Caracas, honestly. Did we see a 3rd card that interacted with graveyards from them? Oh, the Scoos. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There were exactly 3 cards, I believe. Vial up. Alright. This hand is good if we don't get our Vial exploded. I don't think I'm supposed to pull out the Hierarch, though. If they, like, turn 2 choke me, we can at least fetch a basic Plains and cast most of our shit. They probably don't just cast choke for no reason, too. They probably wait until an island's tapped at least. Oof, this man, I mean, we can beat an oof. Oh, no, we can't beat that Quasali Pride Mage. That's bad news. It's really only for not them shattering my Aether Vial, certainly. See, I really didn't want that to happen. Definitely not cracking this fetch now, not unless we can actually cast a spell. This is awkward. Lily, go lay down. I'm almost done. She's ready to go. And I'm also ready to go. I'm tired. Is plowing the Noble and reason? Well, I think it was. I think the only punish there is like natural Quasali / Knight of Autumn, and I think plowing a Noble on turn 1 just like looks really stupid if they just like hit more land drops and then cast actual scary cards. Yeah, obviously hindsight 2020, and it's not even necessarily like if they just like get the Quasali Prime Mage on turn 3 with 3 land drops and then pop it. My Val on 2 is not like the Vial guy any better. I don't think I want to play Meddling Mage here. Are you ever losing to scary cards? Certainly. Neither Reliquary is a real bummer. Lily, go lay down. But we could have Queller Mana, I guess, if we drew more lands. I think I'm just going to say go. I don't think it's worth casting Metal Mage this turn. This hand wins if it gets to play the cards it contains. Not if we're playing them on bad cards, though. Like, plowing the Noble doesn't legitimately protect the Vial is basically what I'm getting at. And if our plan was to plow the Noble, like, there's no other reason to plow the Noble, right? I mean, I'll float my mana, but it doesn't matter. We might just have to be fetching basic island here. Or basic Plains, sorry. Sure. I'm the exact opposite way. Maverick very easily just hits land drops without their mana dork hands, and then you like don't have any removal for their giant things. But I guess it's different when goblins like can't realistically like munitions expert ignite the reliquary. When your removal is when your removal kills everything, Plowing Noble Hearts, and also goblins is going to close a little bit faster, so like they're a lot more likely to naturally hit their land drops. I think there are a lot of reasons why it might be correct for something like goblins to attack mana dorks and not correct for D&T to kill mana dorks. This is fine. I'm just gonna path the Knight of the Reliquary here. And then we'll draw a land, and then we'll draw another land, and everything will be fine. And we drew the first land, which is good. We're gonna die to choke, but that's the life we have chosen to live. Not like to describe your position, this is fine. Not dead. What do we name here? Plow? Green Sun? Knight? I think Green Sun's a better name than Knight, right? They have 4 Green Suns on their deck, or 3. I don't know how many they play, but they definitely have 3 Knights, and Green Sun just is a Knight or something scarier. Yeah, we don't really care about Plow because we're already like not on the board right now. Name Once Upon a Time. Could name Choke, so we don't die to Choke. Big brain moves. I feel like we're gonna get choked. Those are the same cards we can't beat. The problem is that there are a lot of cards we couldn't beat. Well, it didn't matter. Play Tundra Sego. Just like nothing. We need to like draw another Vial to be in this game, I think. We don't have any like blue sources that get around Choke. We don't have any blue Caracases. Engineer time. Yeah. Should play Glacial Borders. Yeah, what a fool I was. We're gonna draw the Howled Fountain and be like, why the fuck isn't this a Seachrome Coast? Or an Attica Wastes. Oh, now we're dead. There's definitely a non-zero chance that it should be a fetch land or an Attica Wastes or like maybe a Seachrome Coasts. But none of those cards seem very good either. I haven't been particularly swayed in any direction. Castle Ardenvale. That one doesn't even tap for blue. Wait, is Ardenvale the blue one? I think no, Vantress is the I don't remember. Ardenvale's the white one, I thought. I'm gonna go on beatdowns. Trade Arbor doesn't exactly accelerate the clock. So we can draw another land, and then TNN. And then another land, and then Ute, and then another land. Alright. I want a game on the draw where my opponent like Cloud Post, I let Mystic Sanctuary. Point is just play a Colonnade. Yeah, this spell's definitely gonna be too slow, but you know, small victories. Really starting to get antsy, but we're about to be done here. Oh god, my opponent actually drew something. Wow, what a jerk! Imagine you get to Colonnade Man and maybe have your games. I mean, you're not wrong. This deck like wildly fluctuates from like flooding out versus just like dying to a bunch of mana denial from the Wasteland decks, though. Definitely an inherent problem. Did not think about Choke, but I also didn't think Choke was very playable anymore. Force of Vigor. Force of Vigor and Maverick's like okay because of Breach now. Free instant speed interaction is not the worst. Also, yeah, it's printed in 2019, so it's obviously busted. Is that your name? A little bit like there. I almost like didn't play that Tundra when we got Wastelanded. Potentially actually cast your name here and stay alive, but I don't think that would nearly be good enough. Yeah, I have no idea why Force of Vigor got designed as double naturalize. Seems like a pretty egregious mistake. Lily, hey, calm down. She's getting frustrated, so I'm gonna call it here. But anyway, yeah, certainly things to think about is this deck is not good against the card Wasteland. This mana base is certainly atrocious. Rip Affinity, I miss Electrolyzing you. I miss Electrolyze being at all a playable card in Modern. No, I don't, but... yeah, good games. Glacier. Fuck you, Electrolyze OP. Electrolyze is so far from Modern playable right now. It's just so obscenely underpowered for Modern in 2020. Imagine taking someone who had never played Modern before, or never played Magic before, and then teaching them about Modern in 2020, and then showing them the card Electrolyze and saying, this card was playable like 4 years ago. It's just like such a joke. I almost want to play Retro before. Are you talking about like Legacy or what? Yeah, I'll check my DMs. I saw I got a notification. I need to check a bunch of DMs. I got DMs from people when I said that my house was open for some people. I still haven't checked them because I got home from work and then fell asleep. For a wall of moments. I try not to. There were people that were like adamant that Wall of Moments is better than 3-Bit Inspector in Modern D&T for a while. Alright, well, let's find someone to host so Lily can stop freaking the hell out. Who is streaming Legacy? Is anyone? It's Friday night. Friday. Wow, Jesus, it's fucking midnight, isn't it? Huh. Control F, Legacy. Hey, oh yeah. There's someone streaming Legacy. Isoka MTG. Which I think was that person that I didn't know who I was talking about earlier. But anyway. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a good time. There's a ruling Modern at the moment. No, it's mostly Primeval Titan that's really Modern. But anyway. I'll see you guys all next week. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. The deck definitely, I think, needs some adjustments in some way or another. But I'll see you guys all next week. Have a good weekend. Catch you later.